Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I did this really like salsa red look. Excuse the music in the back, sorry, I'm with my kids. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you guys want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. Hello beauties, and welcome back to my channel. So today you guys, I'm going to be doing a different look, just how I promised you guys. I'm going to be using my Morphe palette, and this one is the 3502 palette, and this one just looks like this. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. Looks like this, and it's just filled with all these like beautiful reds, different colors and different kinds of reds. And yeah, so this is what we're going to be using today. And if you guys want to see how to get this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyes, just because I don't want to have any fallout or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing some of my makeup brushes on what I want to use. So starting into the crease, I'm gonna go ahead and first off apply some of my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and this is the anti-crease eyeshadow primer. So we're gonna go ahead and apply some of this onto the fingertips, just like I always do with all my products. Now this is like a little sample that I got in a purchase when I had purchased some stuff on Sephora, and then this came in the sample. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that all over the eyelid. Now we're going to move on to the eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Luxie 209 large shader, and this is going to be what I'm going to use as my transition color. So we're going to go ahead and take the palette, and then we're going to go ahead and start with the first color that we have in the crease. I will look up the names for you guys, and I will link it down in the description below, so you guys know step by step how to recreate this look if you have the same palette. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my crease. And I noticed that the way you hold your brush is the way you're gonna get the product on your eye. So I kind of like to just hold it very lightly, where it's like it's like, how do you say it, just I guess lightly. And that's the way I like to kind of apply my foundation. I'm sorry, what am I saying? My eyeshadow.
Go catch her, okay? Don't kiss her, and then don't catch her, okay? Go.
Like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same to the other eye. So this is gonna be the color that is peeking out of the other colors. And just take your time and blend as much as you can until you're satisfied with how it looks. It also depends on the brush, on the kind of brush that you're using. Sorry, I had to go and put my little ones to sleep. So I'm just gonna pick up more of the same product and just kind of pack it on to the crease, because I do want this color to really peek out of all the red that we're going to be using. I'm just going to do the same to the other side. Okay, so once we're done with that color, I'm going to go ahead and get another brush. I kind of want to use a, let me see. So we're gonna use a brush like this. Let me show you guys how it looks. So it's kind of like cut in a way, just so I can place the product where I want it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use a more fluffy blending brush to blend all the product out. So the next color that I'm gonna be using is going to be the fourth one down. So we use this one first, and now we're gonna go down and use this like kind of brownish color just to kind of give it like a more bolder look. So I'm just going to be placing this right in the crease, just kind of pressing the brush down on both sides. And the shape of the brush will kind of place the product exactly where I want it, just like that. So then going back with the fluffy brush that I showed you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend all that out into the crease. Just like that. Okay. Once that's blended out, we're gonna move on to the next color. So the next color I'm gonna be using is going to be this orange color that we have right in the middle. Wait, this one. Not the shimmery one, the one right next to it. So we're gonna use that and apply it onto the crease as well. So I'm just gonna get a smaller brush for that, and I'm gonna be using the Step 2 for the shadow, the Vintage Cosmetic Company, and that's where it's from, I'm sorry. So this is the brush, and I'm just gonna take some of that orange color and just really focus it on the crease. I don't really want this product to move as much. So we're just going to be applying that. And then I'm going to go back with the same fluffy brush that we used earlier, and I'm just going to use this to blend out the product. Okay. So once all of that is blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up, let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Alamar brush. I don't know in what number or this is, but it just looks like this. So we're just gonna be using this to pack on the red, and the red that we're gonna be using is this beautiful like fiery red right there. So like I said, I'm gonna try to figure out the names of the colors so I can list them down below. And I'm just gonna apply this on the brush, and we're just gonna start by dabbing it onto the eyelid. So, okay. And this brush is really gonna just make sure that it gives me a precise line on top of the eyelid, making sure that it stays in place. So I'm just using this to kind of carve out where I want the product. Okay, and then we're going to do the same to the other eye. Okay, and now using another brush, let me see, what can we use? I'm gonna go ahead and try to use this one. This is the Step 3 Go Girl Go by the same vintage brand. And we're just gonna pick up the same red to give it just a softer look on the shadow. So I'm just using this to kind of blend it out on the eyelid and pack it on as well. So now I'm going to go back to the same fluffy brush that we were using earlier, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick up some of the first color that we used, and I'm going to use this to blend out the colors together. Once you're done blending to your satisfied look, then we're going to move on to the face for now, and I'm going to go ahead and start off by priming my face. So I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see, I'm going to start off by using the Dr. Brandt, the No More Baggage for under my eyes, and like I said, I'm just going to apply this on my fingers, just kind of blend it together, and then just apply under my eyes. Okay. Just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the face, and we're gonna use the Luminizer primer, and this is by the same brand. And like I said again, just apply this onto your fingertips. And I am almost done with this. Oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna apply a few and apply it to where I want my face to be brightened up. So like I was saying in my previous video, I really want to get a new skincare routine, just because I feel like taking care of your face is very important. And as much as you need to put products on, I also feel like you need to take them off with certain products, and I kind of want to get a new skincare routine going, and that way I can show you guys what I do. And I'm really excited to use this let's see if you can see the skin. You can't see, it's too bright. It's the Skin Co whipped cleansing cream, so I'm really excited to use this. I haven't tried it, and if I like it, I'll go ahead and record do a video for you guys on that. So now we have that on, we're gonna go ahead and move on to, we're just gonna grab a little bit of the No Pore Problem Prime Essence, and this is just to hide away any large pores that you have. Oh my gosh, can't talk. So I'm just gonna apply a few drops onto my fingers, and I'm gonna be applying this kind of like around my nose section, because I feel like that's where I have the most noticeable pores. And I'm just gonna apply this all the way, just like that. And last but not least, we're going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And this is also a little tester that I got when purchasing a product at Sephora. So I'm just going to apply some onto my fingertips, and this now is going to go all over the face. And this is just going to give you like a nice base for when applying your foundation. So I think we're going to move on to the brows instead. And for my brows, I just used the Bodyography Trio, which I'm almost done with, and I need a new one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my Tarte eyebrow brush, just like that. And one thing that I like to do, guys, is I like to wet my brush. I feel like it gives me more defined look. So I'm just gonna take my rose water and just kind of spritz on the brush. And this is gonna give you a really defined look. So I'm just gonna pick up some product, brush the eyebrows thoroughly, and I like to start on the bottom, kind of just filling in and drawing that line all the way across the eyebrows. There you go. And then we're gonna go ahead and do it on the top. So I kind of like to start towards right here, not all the way fully in the beginning, because I don't like those super squared eyebrows. And like I said, I'm just kind of filling in the bald spots that I have in my eyebrows. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other side. Then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the foundation. So I'm thinking of using the NYX HD Studio foundation. I haven't tried this and I feel like it's gonna be a little light for my complexion, but let's go ahead and try this. So I have my beauty blender and I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a few sprays. And we're just gonna start by dabbing this onto the face. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Fit Me by Maybelline foundation, and this is in the shade 122, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some to my hand. Oops. Okay, just like that. Might be a little bit too much, but we're gonna go ahead and see. And I'm just gonna take my blender and we're just gonna start pressing this onto the skin. Once we're done with the face, I'm gonna go ahead and now apply my concealer, and I'm gonna be using the Master Conceal by Maybelline, and I'm just going to apply some little dots onto my skin. Oh shoot, that is a lot. Okay. Just like that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take the smaller sponge, spritz it, and I'm just gonna start by dabbing this under the eyes, not so I don't move the product anywhere else but under my eyes and anywhere that I want to conceal, and I like to drag it out. we are finally done concealing. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the powder, and I'm gonna use the Pretty Vulgar powder that we got in our BoxyCharm box a few months back, and it comes with like this little sponge, which I think is super cute, but we're not gonna be using that. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge, grab some product, and just place it under where we have concealer. This is really gonna just set the product. I've used this about 3 times and I love it. One of my favorite ones is the NYX powder. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that on the face for a little bit while we bronze up the face, and I'm gonna be using the Tarteist Pro Glow palette that we tried out in the previous video. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take the matte bronzer that we have on there, and I'm gonna take a small brush, and this is the Luxie 512, and this is the small contour. I'm just gonna take that product, dab it, and we're gonna start concealing. I'm sorry, not concealing, contouring. Okay. And now I'm just gonna really blend. And now that that is off, I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, and this is by Moda. I'm just going to swipe off all that excess powder. Okay. And now we're going to grab the Luxie Precision Foundation brush, and we're going to be using this to apply the blush, and we're going to go ahead and use the lighter one today. I love how this has like a supernatural tint to it. Alright. And now going back with my sponge, I'm just going to kind of clean up under the contour. And I'm going to take a clean brush, and this is the, oh my gosh, the name wiped off, but it just looks like this. And we're going to use this to just kind of blend everything together. Just like that. And now we're going to move on to the highlight using that same brush. And we're going to be using the color. This one's like a champagne looking color. I don't know. That one's called A-Lister. So I'm just going to swipe down and now I like to apply this over on top of the eyebrow, just because in the sun, I love how that looks. So here we go on the other side. And then just apply some too. the tip of your nose and your Cupid's bow. Okay, so now that the look is coming together, now we're just gonna go ahead and go back to the eyes, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a small brush this time. Okay, so we're gonna use, the step 3, the same one that we used earlier. And we're gonna take the same red that we applied over the eyelid. And this is what we're gonna use to blend under the eye. Just like that. And then I am connecting the colors on the edge, on the ends of the eyes. So just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take another brush. And this one's just like a very small, let me see if I can show you guys, like a small brush. And we're gonna be taking, let's see, the second color that we used, the brown one. And I'm just gonna use this to kind of blend out that red. And I'm just going to drag that color a little bit down. Just like that. And now we're going to take a similar brush. This one's just a little bit flatter. And we're going to use that to apply this color right here to the inner part of the eye. Just like that. And now we're just going to apply a little bit under the brow. So for the most part, I always like to combine the same color that I put in the inner parts of the eye. I like to put that on the brow. Okay. And now I'm just going to go ahead and apply some lashes, and we'll be right, guys. So now that we applied the falsies, I'm gonna go ahead and before I get started with the lips, I just used the House of Lashes, and this is the Noir Fairy Light. I think that's what they're called, and I got these for my birthday and I love them. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the lips. And I'm just gonna start by massaging them a little bit. And I'm gonna be using the color Touch by MAC, just to kind of get that very plumped look. Now before I do that, I do want to use my lip liner. Let me go ahead and get that real quick. Here you are. This baby, this is the vintage, the mocha color that we used in the last video, and I'm just going to use this to draw out the line, the creases that my lips have. Just like that. And if you can see already, they just looked more plump. And yeah, this is the color. And this is like a very sheer brownish. color. Okay. And last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and spray the rose water onto the face just to kind of set the look. Just like that. And I went for the more dramatic lashes just so you can kind of get a big like splash of red and dramatic, and just something different that I wanted to do for you guys. And yeah, this is the final look. I just clipped my hair with some little pins. These little clips that I got at Target. I believe they were $2 and it came with like a pack of 6. So I thought that was cute. I just curled my hair and threw on a red shirt to match the eyes to give it that very, you know, like salsa roja look. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys learned and are able to recreate this look. And yeah, if you guys like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next look. Bye.